We obsess over explosive arguments, screaming matches in the driveway, smashed plates. But the most common way relationships end today does not make a sound. It is the silent, immediate block, the ghosting. Society calls it protecting your peace. The internet praises it as ultimate self-care. But the truth is darker and a lot more complicated. This is the psychology of people who cut everyone off. It is 11 p.m., the blue light of a smartphone in a dark bedroom. A text message sits on the screen. It is slightly confrontational, not abusive, just heavy. The chest tightens. The breathing goes shallow. Instead of typing a reply, a thumb drifts to the top right corner. Block contact. Tap. The screen goes black. No conflict, no resolution, just immediate artificial silence. People call this being cold. Biology calls it survival. Polyvagal theory maps out exactly how our nervous systems react to danger. When you feel safe, your body allows social connection and calm engagement. But if your past was built on chaos or chronic stress, your nervous system is permanently biased towards seeing threats. When conflict hits, your body bypasses the fight or flight stage and goes straight to a dorsal vagal shutdown. You go numb. You sink into depression. You detach. This is avoidant attachment in action. People with this attachment style see intimacy and arguments as literal threats. They do not stick around to argue. They just vanish. They retreat to avoid the pain, leaving the other person completely abandoned. Here is the irony. They are the most fiercely independent people in the room, yet they are profoundly isolated. The internet has armed them with a dangerous weapon, cut-off culture. Social media tells you to just drop people instead of doing the ugly work of fixing things. Yes, walking away from actual abuse is necessary to survive. But a habitual emotional cutoff is different. It is a sudden, reactive panic response. It feels like a quick fix, but the underlying wounds stay completely raw. It becomes a cycle. Studies show that highly impulsive people rack up a massive body count of ex-friends. This trail of cutoffs leaves people with a string of shallow, empty interactions. Over time, ghosting everyone leads to deep anger, a ruined mood, and zero sense of belonging. And the physical toll is brutal. Humans evolved as pack animals. Chronic loneliness actually heightens your sensitivity to social threats. It wrecks your sleep, impairs your brain, and literally sends you to an early grave. But most paint the person doing the ghosting as cold, unfeeling, a villain. That is almost never the truth. If you are the one constantly severing ties, you are not doing it because you do not care. You are doing it because the vulnerability is terrifying. You are operating on a broken threat detection system. You belong to a silent group, the severed survivors. You cut the rope to keep from being pulled under the water. That instinct is not a character flaw. It kept you safe when your environment was unpredictable and chaotic. You learned early on that relying on people led to pain. So you eliminated the variable. You took control the only way you knew how. But you have to look around the room. The war is over. That same heavy armor that saved your life in the past might now be starving you of the exact connection you need to survive today. The cutoff is not a display of power. It is an evolutionary panic button. If this hit home for you, do not just lock your screen and walk away. Open your phone. Look at the last person you blocked. Be brutally honest with yourself. Were they actually toxic, or did they just get a little too close to the armor?